Hey traders and investors, it's Serge Berger here. Today I want to have a look at something very straightforward but extremely important when it comes to potentially being able to not so much call a top in the stock market, but sort of be able to look out for it. And we have, of course, seen a massive divergence between, say, the S&P 500 and the VIX, which is the implied volatility on the options of the S&P 500, where the VIX, as displayed here, has basically just gone lower and lower. If we just peel back this chart a little bit, you can see, and the S&P 500, of course, has done the absolute inverse of that, and that is going higher, right? So we have that, and that's one thing. But I think there's a big misconception out there that people think that the S&P 500 will have to top when volatility is at an absolute low. And I think it's important to understand that's not really, realistically, that's not going to be the case, and here's why. So in order for stocks to top, we basically need to see a lower high in the VIX, particularly if you look at the VIX. And I know people say the VIX is broken. At the end of the day, it does still measure volatility of the options, and so I think it's fine, right? So if we see a higher low in volatility, that means that smart money at least should have gone out and bid up volatility or bought a protection to some extent, i.e., anticipating a topping in say the S&P 500 in this case. So it's not going to happen absolutely. Smart money will have done this ahead of time. So basically, look very closely at the VIX. If the VIX makes another low, the S&P 500 can continue to rise. We need to see divergence. In other words, we need to see the S&P 500 continue to climb, okay, while the VIX also makes a higher low, and then only then can stocks really go lower, because then the smart money will have made an initial move here to sort of position themselves for that, and then of course we'll see stocks follow suit. So I hope this makes sense, guys. If you got any questions, please let me know. You can hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter handle is SteadyTrader, and I'll see you in the next video.